Howdy, Steve.
Good evening.
There you are.
Yeah.
So what's
I just
going
got
on?
to a point. Yeah, not much. The last two meetings I've been at my girlfriend's, so apologies for missing out.
This is just kind of a thrown together thing a couple of weeks ago. So not much is going on around here.
You ought to have time to play with toys, though.
I have been playing video games. I have gotten stuck playing video games.
I'm sorry.
It's bad. It's just bad.
I can't see Steve.
I don't have any video.
Oh, you look funny without video.
I look better.
I don't see you at all, Jim. Are you there?
Oh, you know what? If I flipped up my laptop, maybe you would.
Hey.
Is
There you
that better
go.
or worse?
You're there.
And there's
Hi,
Gail.
Gail.
Salutations.
So where you been, Steve? We missed you.
I'm mostly at my girlfriend's house.
Oh.
I'm still working. For some reason, they consider the law firms to be a essential business. I don't get it.
It's lawyers, right?
Yeah, I guess enough of them make rules that they get to do whatever they want. I do have a project I'm going to be working on that I'd appreciate some assistance with if I run into anything particularly troubling. Raspberry Pi powered terrarium. Have it handle the watering and keeping the soil warm. Grow lights.
Cool. Are you going to have it? Are you going to have like the Arduino do like sensors and talk to the Raspberry Pi, or what's the plan?
I was just going to hook the sensors up to the Raspberry Pi. There's a Terrarium Pi distro or something like that. don't expect to be doing a lot of it.
This sounds girlfriend related.
Hmm?
This sounds girlfriend related.
It is. Roses and hyacinth.
It's been my own personal experience that the Raspberry Pi is really good for controlling or for like an overview of control, but the Arduinos are really good at reading the sensors.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's why
I
a
already
lot of,
picked.
oh, go ahead.
I already picked up a plate for the Raspberry Pi with thermocouple and a couple of relays on it. Actually, I got that a while ago. I figured that'd handle the heat, the light, and keeping track of the temperature. I
Yeah.
was going to add a humidity sensor and a camera.
The Raspberry Pi, I don't remember. I don't think it's got a analog input, so you're going to have to read the analog from somewhere else.
Yeah, it reads the temperature sensor through a SPI.
Okay.
I'm sorry, an I2C interface.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of the robots that I've got that have the Raspberry Pi on them, the Arduinos are actually controlling like the motors and stuff. But the Pi does all the hard work, you know, cameras and Wi-Fi and all that other fun jazz. So
Yeah,
that's my own personal experience with them.
I've got a few spare Pi 4s now with 2 gigs. I figured I'd put them to use.
Yeah.
Hey, host.
Do what?
Hey, Mr. Host, would you turn on share screen?
For everybody?
Yeah,
Oh,
sounds
no,
reasonable.
No. What am I doing? Okay. Everybody should be able to share the screen right now. You should be able to share your screen. Ah! There's your screen.
Okay. Yeah, we're still stuck with the book of the month is the 100-Year Marathon, but it's a good book. Need to read that thing. And I found Vicente's keyboard, an article on his keyboard.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
He had a keyboard last week when he came in on the video, and it was like he was banging on a piece of wood or something when he typed on it. I accused him of using a teletype. I found an article on it. That's cute.
A lot of those old teletypes were TTY kind of things.
Yeah, they run.
I think that's what that stands for, right? Teletype.
They're
something.
Yes.
And Bordeaux, something like that. I'm like Steve. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's not ASCII. It's Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Yeah, it was 5-bit. They hadn't gotten to needing 8 yet.
And they didn't have any error chickens.
4-bit with 1-bit as error checker. Did we scare everybody off in the past couple of weeks? Because no one's in the waiting room.
Some don't come in early. This is still early. I don't know. I guess we're official time now.
Yeah.
If they come, they come.
We're here.
It's just me and you. We're quite an attraction. And Steve, the anonymous Steve.
Well, Barry was anonymous last week, so that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
I can imagine Barry doesn't do cameras.
Yeah, you know, after I thought about it, I was like, yeah, Barry probably doesn't like cameras. This
Mike
new computer. Oh, sorry.
Mike didn't show up last week either.
Yeah. This new computer that I got, the camera slides up and down. It actually goes inside the case. It's kind of cool.
What'd you get?
It's that HP that has the audio problem that nobody seems to know why. The one that, you know, if you put it to sleep, then the audio works, but if you just boot it up, the audio doesn't work.
Nice.
Yeah. It seems like that's I don't know. I even went back to an old a really old Linux kernel to see if the kernel was the problem, and it's had the same problem. I went back like to 4.1 or something, and it still had the same problem. So that's what happens for me. I sit around and I mess with the kernel, and then I mess things up.
Done that.
Yeah. I didn't mess with it too much because I was kind of like, I know if I really mess with it, I'm going to screw things up. So I just went and tried it.
On a really, really old machine of mine, it would have been kernel 2.1 or something, 2.10 maybe. I recompiled a kernel and left out everything to deal with serial communications because I figured I didn't need it, not realizing that TTYs are serial.
Oops.
Yeah. Was able to recover from that, actually.
Let's see. Early in, it's like one of the early distros of Ubuntu. Back before everything was simple, they had us doing some compiling modules right into the kernel to do something, and I missed a step, and that was like a pain in the butt because the kernel kept failing, and it would just boot into that. What is it? It's that weird recovery mode that.
Yeah, the rescue environment.
Yeah, that doesn't really do much of anything. That one that you've got a few commands that you can do some stuff, but not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up having to just reinstall Ubuntu on that machine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, early days.
Here's your Pine phone, Steve. Can you see that?
Yeah, for
Or did you
$150.
just give me-
That is not bad.
There's a link in the news. And also last week, we found this. It has
Oh,
down there
yeah.
at the bottom, it has a Linux icon.
Yeah, I don't know if it supports Linux file systems anywhere or just within things installed with the Windows subsystem for Linux, or the Linux subsystem for Windows. Oh, my son says it'll be all around. They used to do that. Well, I mean, not Windows. There used to be a DLL you could just drop in your Windows system directory, and voila, it understood ext2 and 3. And that project just seems to have died.
Yes, but now Microsoft loves Linux.
Yeah.
Bill's no longer the board of whatever, and Microsoft loves Linux. I think the world has come to an end.
Yeah, I still don't trust that Microsoft loves Linux thing.
Yeah. I don't know. They updated a lot of stuff on GitHub here recently. Released a bunch of stuff that had been paid. Released it to everybody for free. And some of the stuff they released is kind of cool, but some of it's kind of like, you know. So, you know, maybe they have embraced the open source community a little bit more than they used to.
I'm curious what they're gonna, if they ever do something like open source the file system, will TomTom get to turn around and sue? Because that's what Microsoft sued them out of existence over. You're using our VFAT file system. Shame on you.
That's interesting. I didn't know why anybody got sued about any of it. Your that laptop's dead. I was going to boot up Windows and see if it would read the Linux partition. But that poor laptop's dead. Oh. Vicente's here.
Salutations.
We found your keyboard that you were using. Let's see, share. He said confidently.
That looks like a keyboard.
We figured this was the keyboard that Vicente was using last week. Maybe.
All I see is cameras.
Yeah. I was curious about the one that appears to be IR. Shows your lawn is purple.
I'm sure that's how the sun is setting in his yard.
Well, look at it in a minute. Shouldn't be turning infrared quickly. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, this is what it sounded like Vicente was typing on last week. And he'll probably do this. He likes that kind of stuff. Okay, let's go back to pictures. Oh, this guy, this is the kitty litter room. It's dark in there. That one you're talking about?
No, up and to the right of that.
This guy?
Yep. Yeah.
That's a SP012. Yeah, it is kind of, looks infrared-ish, doesn't it? And the grass looks funny like that. You can see it, for some reason, I guess the green absorbs a different color or looks like a different color in infrared. Yeah, that's an old 720p camera there. That's up on the roof. This is one of the 1080p tree cams. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's nice.
And this is a 960. It's a fixed position. And this is another 1080p. Stop it. Stop it. Something's moving in the front yard. He's popping up on. And this is the 5 megapixel here. I can't zoom it. This new one, I have trouble zooming it for some reason. But this one also has a built-in chip. You can put an SD chip in it. I got a 32 gig in it, and I just leave it on. It's motion detect all the time. So anything that comes by, and I motion detect anything, which means any car that goes by, I get a full HD picture of whatever's going by with audio, and it doesn't cost me anything. It's all on the SD chip. Pretty cool.
Can you remotely copy off of that SD chip?
Yes, and that's a new feature for that.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's got a nice viewer built into the app too, by date, and they've done better. It was cheap. This was a 32, like a $35 camera now. This is PoE. It's not Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi would probably get it pretty busy. The bandwidth on this thing is pretty low, though. I was looking at the bandwidth on the cell phone, and the bandwidth is like 120K or 125, 126K, which is really low. They're doing some great compression these days. But since it has an SD chip, you get full resolution locally, and it doesn't impact my network, which makes me happy. Where's your picture, Vicente? We don't get much food. Can you talk? Has your wife cut you down and duct taped you up pretty bad? I know that happens sometimes around here.
His
mic is muted.
it doesn't even look like he has a mic right now. If you open the participants window,
Oh yeah, we could put some chat up and we could do participants.
it doesn't look like he has a mic or a camera going, which I think he had the same problem last week.
Yes, see, they got some cute stuff on this thing. This thing's really impressive. Click on at the bottom of your screen, click on participants. That puts a list of participants top right in the corner. Ah, there you go. Oh man.
There's Vicente, but that's Vicente's keyboard right there. That's the one that Jim said Vicente was using.
That's modern compared to mine. I had a 50, a 33 or a 34.
Yeah.
In fact, I had one that was perf tape only.
This one, I had a friend who had one just like this, hooked up to a VIC-20, and he could program it using the ticker, the tape thing there. He could program his VIC-20, and he could have the VIC-20.
He's got a perforator on that thing too, right up here to the left. He's pointing at. Yeah. Hole punch, dealy bob, thingy-mabob. Oh, those were the good old days.
Yeah. And we're back.
Oh, there it is. Gotta take your mute off your mic. There you go.
Hi.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi, Steve.
Steve is coming in incognito.
I'm still at work, and they don't let us have cameras here.
So you can click participants and you can click chat, and the chat appears. There's Vicente saying hello everyone, and so you can chat in the background.
Ah, okay. Hadn't seen that until now.
And Vicente just raised his hand.
Lower hand.
Yeah, under the list of participants, you can.
What's new? I was in the supermarket.
Uh-oh.
You've got the echo too on your microphone. Ah. Were you holding up the supermarket or just attending?
Can you see the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. That's
This is Kroger.
Patty,
Kroger.
which Kroger? Say hi to Patty.
Do you recognize it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a black outfit on. Yeah.
We are almost alone there.
You go to the Kroger in Monroe, and there's a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
Patty was all worried, though, when everybody comes in there in face masks. She's like, how can you tell the criminals from the good guys?
They are the same.
You working on anything new?
No, I was just cleaning and doing some stuff, but nothing special.
Yeah.
I received some stuff from China, push buttons and things, but nothing special.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a bunch of stuff from China, actually. None of it's gotten here yet.
Yeah.
It's taken way longer than it normally does.
I put in my new micro switch on the mailbox, and the sheriff's department didn't come by to visit me, so that was pretty successful.
Were you expecting the sheriff's department?
Well, the last time I was busy working on it, I got a visit from the sheriff's department, yes,
Yes.
for my peculiar behavior. So you ain't seen nothing yet. You know, peculiar.
I've been emailing the lady at the Trenton Library, and looks like tentatively. What is this?
That's pretty low voltage there. I think your battery's almost dead by Centec.
This is a multimeter. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I like it. $26 from China. It's
Wow.
pretty good. Very high resolution. Very precise.
$7 at Harbor Freight. Free at Harbor Freight. Just have to buy something else.
It has a freak meter in it and a signal generator and all that stuff.
No, but it has a frequency meter.
Freak meter.
Do you see this is
It's
on focus? No.
it's not focusing real well.
Let me look for it in.
We've got. I just got a message up on my screen. I don't know if you guys did, but we've got about 10 minutes left of our 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, they actually are enforcing it this time.
Why?
I don't
We
know.
deserve an extension.
They've given us 2 extensions, actually.
We've been running rampant here, having a good time.
Yeah. So
Jumping the fences.
So anyway, it looks like they're going to kill the thing though here soon. So yep, there's that teletype going.
Yeah.
Me.
It's Kleinsmith going there.
It looks like sometime in August though, the library in Trenton is wanting the robot people to do the sumo bots.
What?
Sumo robots.
Yeah.
Sumo.
You have a couple, right?
Yep, I've got, and Frank's got some. Frank. So.
Let me show the multimeter.
Yep.
Can I share the screen?
Yep.
Move your cursor around and it'll be in there. There you go.
There it is.
Do you see this one? $26.
That's a better one there.
And it has
Okay,
double fuses to protect against prevent against short circuits in time.
You can measure frequency also, peak, mass, mean. It has a lot of resolution.
Nice.
Did it come with a thermocouple?
No, but there is another model. Yeah, yes, it has. I have a box somewhere. There is a thermocouple. There is a thermocouple in the box. Yeah. There is a frequency meter, temperature measurement.
That's nice.
Yeah, it looks like it tells you duty cycle.
Through RMS.
What is NC?
You have an analog signal here. Interesting. I saw it in YouTube. Let me see. E block multimeter.
I hear Star Trek.
I'll have to turn the baby monitor off.
This is the
What's this camera?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have audio?
No, you've got your headset on. The audio has.
You hear that?
No,
You hear the audio? No.
no. It's
It's
going
only
through your
playing in
headset.
your headset.
It's going through your headset.
Limitations with it, but for $25 delivered, it was really hard to beat, and it
No,
became
but
very popular. Currently, up my video, they sold a ton of these things.
well, that's it.
Cool.
I have both multimeters. This is the new model, and this is the former one.
Yeah.
They are very precise. You know, you can measure very low current, very low voltage. 0.1 millivolts. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very precise. It's very interesting. Well, that's it. Let me look for something.
After this kicks us out, can we reconnect back to the same link?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
We could try, I guess.
What we might do is have two of us set up individual meetings and then reconnect on the second one.
Part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting a message. You know, they want me to upgrade, obviously. But it looks like we're down to about 40 seconds or so. I've got a little countdown timer going now.
Really, mine's at
Try to
46,
reconnect.
44.
Can you see this?
You got
I need to solder this thing really, really tiny.
Good luck.
you've got a countdown timer, Steve? You
Yep.
see it?
14, 13,
There you
12.
go. Yeah. We'll see what happens. This is the first time they're going to do something, maybe.
What? Where is the timer?